Hello, this is a slideshow of our trip to Ludington State Park for camping, and just wanted to show you some of the pictures we took.
This is our campsite. We arrived and unpacked the tent, and Mama was making dinner, and we got our bikes off the rack.
Yeah, and our neighbors were pretty nice. We backed up to their site, and we didn't see them very often, but mostly just the back end of their camper and their truck. This is the view from our campsite looking the other way. It's a view of the boardwalk that you can see the entrance to right there, and also it's of Lost Lake is right over there. So it was a nice little view as we sat at our campsite. Case in point, here's Shawnee sitting here looking out at the nice view, and he's eating some chips. Sean wanted to roast marshmallows on a campfire, but then I just suggested, why don't you just have some marshmallows and we don't have to make a campfire since it was getting late. And he happily agreed. That night we took our bikes over to Lake Michigan, which is only like maybe a 10-minute bike ride, and to the beach. And we met some people there that were from Charlotte, and they had some kids that were Sean's age, and so Sean played with them and played in the water, and the sunset was nice.
And the sand dunes.
Sand dunes, Sean played some sort of a hide and seek game with the kids on the sand dune. Early the next morning, Sean decided to do some fishing across from our campsite, and that's him walking on the boardwalk out to Lost Lake and did some fishing. And then Sean got his spinner lure stuck
My favorite lure.
on some grass or weed in there, and we couldn't get it undone. So what did Shawnee decide to do?
I got my scuba gear on, and I got it unstuck. And then I just decided to collect some shells and swim around.
Yep, he's a dedicated fisherman. Instead of just giving up the lure, he decided to just go out there and retrieve it. Pretty good.
This is Sean snorkeling in Lost Lake because he's trying to find his lost lure that got snagged on the bottom while he was fishing off the dock.
I'll reel it in. Let it go. Later that morning, we took a bike ride out to the lighthouse. It's called Big Sable Lighthouse. It was about a 1.5 mile bike ride along a gravel road that paralleled the beach on Lake Michigan. And so this is basically our pictures of going to the lighthouse.
There's a really good view on top.
Yep, and I took some pictures and I made a panorama. And here's the panorama right there. We took some more pictures from the top of the lighthouse, and I took some more area photos and made a panorama of them.
And that building right there is a foghorn. When it was foggy, they used it to let the ships know where land was when it was really foggy out. And we went down to the bottom. We went to the bottom and took some pictures looking back up at the top. And then we walked along the beach and picked up some seashells.
After we came back from the lighthouse, we had lunch, and then we decided to go swimming at Hamlin Beach.
And I had lots of fun there. And I even got a fudgesicle. It was yummy.
Yeah, the water was even decent enough to go that we all went swimming, so that was nice. The next morning we decided to go into Ludington for the morning, and we ate breakfast at Old Hamlin restaurant. We had pancakes, and after that we walked around town, and then we walked over to the jetty, which at the end was
The North Breakwater Lighthouse.
yeah, we walked there, and it was a nice walk. It was beautiful out, and the lighthouse was neat. We walked around, and Stacy and Sean hiked to the top of it, as you can see in these pictures. Waving hello. After lunch, we, with our new friends, their family, we went on a hike onto the Lost Lake Trail. It was a nice, what was it, a 3-mile hike? Or 2 mile, I don't know.
There's a big overturned tree.
Yeah, this picture here is a overturned tree, and these are the roots on the underside of the root ball, I guess. And we saw lots of sights, lots of trees down that they climbed.
Big sand dune.
Oh yeah, there was a big sand dune that you saw. People were running down and jumping into the water, and it was generally just a nice hike. After the hike, Sean and his friends went snorkeling.
And we found lots of seashells and black pits. There's like this weird thing that like puffs of smoke came out of the ground, and we found like a weird worm thing too. It was weird.
It was like an underwater adventure for the kids. And they found some more shells. Yeah, that evening we went down to Lake Michigan beach, or the beach at Lake Michigan again, to watch the sunset. And Sean and his friends went down there again to play.
In the sand dunes, and it was a really pretty sunset. I got my swimming trunks on, and I actually kind of swam in the cold lake.
And arriving and departing periodically from Ludington is this boat. It's the USS Badger. It's a ferry that goes basically from Michigan to Wisconsin. It's a big coal-powered boat. On our last day, Sean went in the morning down to the dam there on Hamlin Lake. There's a dam that they had a fishing derby, and he caught a rock bass and two gobies, which they want you to throw into the bushes when you catch them because they're non-native species. And his friend Lucas here, you can see, he caught a pretty big fish. He called it the guy there called it a sheephead.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure. That might be a type of carp. Here's some sights around the dam. We saw a turtle, and you can see the dam here. Sean down there fishing. That's one of his friends who caught this bass. And on our way out of town, we stopped to eat lunch at Stearns Park and Beach. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And that's where the that one lighthouse with the jetty was located. And it was a nice big beach. Lots of people there on the weekend. And after that, we went to get some ice cream at House of Flavors. And got
Mama got some chocolates for me.
chocolates, and then that was it.